Hello friend, welcome. And as you know, Manipur crisis, we keep hearing it in newspaper, news channel, and from the last many times. This crisis is having a huge impact on the peace, prosperity of a state. And let's see what this Manipur crisis is. So, Manipur crisis, as you can see, the map of Manipur, it's north eastern state of India, and you can see here at this particular location this state is Manipur, and here you can see the it's showing in elaborated way. So let's look at the point. What is it? The ethnic clash erupted on 3rd May 2023 in India's northeastern state of Manipur between Meitei people, a majority that lives in the Imphal Valley, and the tribal community from surrounding hills including Kuki people. So it's a uh, clash between the people, Meitei people who live in Imphal Valley, and the Meitei are in majority, and the tribal community which lives in the surrounding hills area, and it includes the Kuki people. So it's a clashes between Meitei and Kuki people. Okay. As of July 4, 142 people have been killed in the violence and more than 300 others left wounded. As of 4 July, approximately 54,488 people are reported to be displaced internally, means their houses, their home, they have shifted to some other place and they have been displaced due to this crisis, violence going on in the state. So it's a huge number that have been affected by these clashes. So the dispute has to do with a long-standing demand by the Meitei people for scheduled tribe status under the Indian Constitution. So the Meitei people who live in the Imphal Valley, they were demanding the scheduled tribe status, and it was their long time demand, long standing demand. And this dispute is related to this scheduled tribe status that Meitei are demanding for. So which would give them privilege comparable to the tribal communities. So when they will get this status, definitely they will get more privileges comparable to tribal communities Kuki. In April, Manipur High Court verdict directed the state government to make a decision on issue preferably within 4 weeks. The tribal communities protested the Meitei demand. So when a Manipur High Court verdict directed the state government to make a decision in this regard within a stipulated time of 4 weeks, then the tribal communities gathered and they start protesting uh, against the Meitei demand. So the All Tribal Student Union of Manipur, ATSUM, All India All Tribal Student Union of Manipur, conducted a solidarity march in a hill district on 3rd of May. So here you can see picture in All Tribal Student Union of Manipur. So it's a student union of Manipur, and look and for the expediting the tribal issues. And so they started a march or solidarity march to show their strength in the hill districts on 3rd of May. Okay, so by the end of March, clashes broke out between Meitei and Kuki population in and around the Churchandur district bordering the Imphal Valley. So what had happened after it when there was a demand of Meitei for the ST status, and in a response of this, Tribal Student Union of Manipur, ATSUM, started a solidarity march in the hill area on 3rd of May. Then definitely there was broke out clashes between Meitei and Kuki people in around the Churchandur district bordering the Imphal Valley. So here you can see This is the Churchandur district here. So in this core area, the clashes started between Meitei and Kuki population. And this Churachandpur, Churachandpur district, it makes borders with Imphal Valley. Here you can say this is the Imphal, the capital of Manipur, and it's Imphal Valley. So it makes district with this Churachandpur district. And in this Churachandpur district, clashes broke out between Meitei and Kuki. The Indian army flew in close to 10,000 troops and paramilitary forces to restore law and order. And once this broke out started, there was a clashes, there was a casualty, there was a burning of the houses, there was a public property destruction. So, as a result of this, to maintain peace and order in the area, Indian Army flew with 10,000 troops and paramilitary forces to restore law and order. Internet services in the state were suspended for a period of 5 days. So initially, as a standing procedure to stop this violence, they stopped internet service in the state for a period of 5 days, and Section 144 of the IPC Indian Penal Code was invoked, prohibiting unlawful assembly of or large gathering that have a likelihood of disturbing the peace. So, two things done in this regard to maintain peace and law and order. First thing, suspension of the internet services for 5 days, and second one, imposition of section 144 of the Indian Penal Code. So this 144 section is about prohibiting unlawful assembly or large gathering. So it prohibits gathering, large gathering where people gather, because gathering is supposed to be a danger thing. In such thing, people can polarize and then they can clash among themselves and they can fight. So that have likelihood of disturbing peace. So such assembly, a large gathering, prohibited under this section 144. Another point: the Indian troops were given suit on site orders to enforce the curfew in extreme cases. So when the situation uh, went out of the hand, means there was no stopping of the violence in the Manipur state. So, and there were more cases of casualties and law and order breakage. Then Indian troops were given suit on site orders, and that is the last option, suit on site. Nobody want to go to this step if order and law and order situation are maintained at the previous stage. So this becomes inhabited or appropriate when all the other measures are failed. So Indian troops were given suit on site orders to enforce the curfew in extreme cases. A panel led by retired Chief Justice of India will investigate the violence. So panel formed uh, uh, in the presidency of the Chief Justice of India, who will chair this panel, and while a peace committee will be established under the governor and security advisor Kuldeep Singh, along with members of civil society. Okay, so the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) will probe 6 cases related to conspiracy in the violence. Was there any conspiracy in the violence? Was it planned, or there may be more such cases? So to do investigation on such cases to know about their root cause and what causes this violence. So to look into all these things, CBI was given the task to probe 6 cases related to conspiracy in the violence, ensuring a neutral investigation to uncover the root cause. And this investigation should be done in neutral way. Now look at what is the background of these classes. It cannot be a one day classes, or because of one reason in a one day or one month. This the classes of such amount cannot happen. So we have to definitely look in the background. There must be some background to such large violence happening throughout the state. Okay, so let's see. Manipur is a hill state. Here you can see the map. Manipur is a hill station, hill state in northeast India, bordering Myanmar to its east and south. Here you can see to east and south there is a Myanmar border. Okay, in this Manipur, with this Manipur state, the central area is Imphal Valley. Here you can see this is the central Imphal, and it's a valley. It's a valley. It's not a hilly area. It's a valley, and this valley is surrounded by the hill. Okay, it's a valley occupying about 10% of land of the state, and total land, whatever be the total land of this Manipur state, only 10% account for this Imphal Valley. Mean 10% is in this Imphal Valley, which is mainly populated by the Meitei people, and mostly here live the Meitei people. The surrounding hills means all surround this valley are inhabited by hill tribes who are classified as Kukis in southern portion. So in the southern portion there are Kukis, okay, and Nagas in northeast portion, and here in northeastern portion there are Nagas. Here are Nagas, here are Kukis, okay, and in the middle valley it is there are Meitei. So the Meiteis who are largely Hindus, Meiteis are largely Hindus, but also include Muslim, Buddhist, and native Sanamahi followers, make up 53% of the population. So this Meiteis accounts for 53% of the total population of Manipur. So more than 50%. Okay, they are barred from selling in the hilly regions of the state except with the permission of local district council as per the Land Reform Act. But these Meitei people are barred. Cannot sell their items, or they cannot make sale. Okay, settling. Oh, mean they are barred from settling in the hilly regions, and these Meitei people cannot settle in the hilly areas. Okay, they can hilly areas, but not without a permission. So without permission, they cannot settle in the hilly area. Okay, as per the Land Reform Act of Manipur. Now the tribal population consisting of predominantly Christian Kukis. Now talk about the tribal population that are living in the hills, and those are mainly Christian Kukis and Nagas, and forms about 40% of the state, 3.5 million people. So about 3.5 million people of the state, 40% of the people, 40% of the people are these Kukis and Nagas, and they are living in the hilly areas. So it must be clear in our mind their location and their percentage in the population. They reside in reserve hill regions. Reserve means these hill areas are specifically reserved for these two, Kukis and Nagas, and consisting of the rest of 90% of the state, and consisting rest of the 90, and this area is 90%. Earlier we have talked 10% is the Imphal Valley area, and the surrounding hill area is 90%, and that is hill area, and these are occupied by the Nagas and Kukis tribal. So tribal population is not prohibited from settling in the valley region. While we know that the Kukis from the Imphal Valley cannot settle down in the hilly areas, but in hilly area people, these Kukis and Nagas can settle in the valley region. They can settle, but other cannot settle. Are you getting it? So the Meiteis dominate political power in Manipur Legislative Assembly. So it is Manipur Legislative Assembly, and here when the election happens, then whose government formed and whose participation is here. So basically Meitei dominate in political power in Manipur Legislative Assembly. Out of 60 seats in the Assembly, total seats are 60. So 60 seat Assembly it is. 19 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. So 19 seats are reserved for the ST, yani scheduled tribes, for Naga and Kukis. Okay, while 40 are unreserved, general constituency, of which 39 seats won by Meitei candidates in the last election. So you can understand that if 39 seats alone are won by the Meitei people, they are in the majority. So tribal groups have complained that the government spending is unduly concentrated in the Meitei dominated Imphal Valley. So tribal people think that the government is impartial, sorry, their government is partial, and whatever is the government spending, it is unduly, and it is only concentrated in the Meitei dominated Imphal area. It means development happening only in the valley area where Meitei dominated um, people are there. Okay, and hilly area are ignored, and they are not given that much fund or opportunity. So it's all about that. So thank you so much. This was the Manipur crisis and some of the points why the clashes happened and how the government is trying to maintain peace, law and order maintenance situation there, trying to resolve back uh, these things, and trying to resolve the issue so that peace maintained in the state at any cost. So thank you so much for watching this video. Our channel name is Hills Study Point, and you can subscribe it to get more videos like this. So once again, uh, thank you so much for watching this video.